Welcome to another video. So today's topic is actually about the narrow path to heaven and why it's narrow. And I personally think it's for a good reason. Here's my personal reason. It's because people don't like following instruction. Instruction for people is very hard. People today's day and age. And it is because we're self-seeking, we're selfish. We're more selfish now than we were back then. And we just don't like following rules. We want to follow our own rules and play by our own games. And when we live like this, it hurts people, it manipulates people, and it's self-seeking, meaning like if it gets me to the top, then awesome. And the self-seeking part, it's also about if it gets me more money, if it gets me more women, if you're a guy, and if it gets me ahead than most people today, you know? And that's the broken nature that humans have, is that we're always looking for the next thing. We have instant gratification minds. But the word doesn't say that. You know, it says things about patience. It says things about working in harmony and in love. And that's how I believe we get to the narrow path, is by functioning in patience, in love, and truth-seeking. And we can only do this by reading the word, encouraging others, and pursuing things that are eternal versus things that are materialistic and physical in this world. Now, I do want to clarify that there's nothing wrong with materialistic things. There's only something wrong with overwhelming yourself with materialistic things, thinking that that's all to life. That's how you end up with hoarding. That's how you end up with mental hoarding too, is when you're overwhelming yourself in those areas. So the path is narrow for a good reason, and it makes a safety net around that path to heaven, because if anybody could just get into heaven, meaning, anybody could. Again, at the end of the day, God is the final judge of everything. But if anybody can just get in, you know, it'd be like that city, like in Proverbs, how it talks about a man without self-discipline is like a city that can easily get broken into. And that's what I think about. I also think about, too, that many people in the Bible who were following God, like I think of Elijah when he was walking up to heaven, and I think about his character, you know, when he faced trials and errors, when he faced God's word, you know, he was able to walk into heaven. And when I think about that, I think about efforts that you put in, you know, those conversations that you have with your friends, even though you could have easily been mad at them, you don't, because you realize that God is the ultimate judge based on that situation. You know, you don't get bad at your manager